Hi, I am back. I just got back from taking my daughter to school. I told you she's doing like half day cyber, half day at home. So hopefully this works out. It was a win for me because I got to sleep in 30 extra minutes today. I told you I do not like mornings. If it is 6:30 or 10:30, the act of getting out of bed, I do not enjoy. So 30 minutes extra this morning was great for me. So all I have to do is she does all her assignments on her own. She's really smart, so she can handle all of it on her own. She just logs in, and then I just have to keep a log, like a handwritten log, of 90 hours. She has to do 90 hours of gym, like physical activity. So if she goes to the Y, I can have them sign it. If she goes for a walk with me, because that's what I like to go for a walk, I can sign that. Literally, it's nothing fancy. The school is like no big deal, just 90 hours. So hopefully this works out for us, for her. So anyway, so my cooking tip. I know you're gonna think like this is so simple. Like I do this all the time, but for me, I get in a rut of the same recipes all the time, and then all of a sudden I remember, oh yeah, I make goulash, and then I'll make it, and everybody likes it. So that is the thing. But I have had other recipes of goulash, and I hate the name, but anyway, and they're really dry, and I just don't really care for them. I kind of made this recipe up myself, and I really like it. It's something I make that my mom loves to eat. I've made it for like a large group of people, so that's what's nice. You can make it for like a large group of people, or just a couple, just a smaller group. Um, I had cooked it one time for someone's family member had died, and they had a really large family, so I made it for them, and they all loved it, and they were like, and to me, I was like, it's just goulash, it's just a basic recipe, but they were like raving about how good it was. So, um, what I do is I brown beef, and I like to use like really lean, like 93, 94% lean, just to make it a little healthier, with onion. I would say like a medium onion, depending. It's funny, sometimes I'll cut it up, and because I don't measure anything, I'll dump some in, and then it looks like enough, so I throw the rest away. Other times I use the whole onion. So anyway, after that's just about done, the onion and the beef, I dump in a bunch of cans of sliced canned mushrooms. So again, to your preference, to your taste, how much. We really like mushrooms, so I put in a lot. So when that's just about done, I put in a bunch of sauce. Okay, it's going to be like a lot of sauce compared to the meat mixture. And cook your elbow macaroni and drain it, add it all together. I make sure it's not like the noodles are swimming in it, but they are good and coated with the sauce. To me, that's the key to making it like really, really good. It makes all the difference to me is how much sauce it has in it. Buttered bread, garlic bread, quick salad, and you have a meal. I know I always talk about a salad. It's kind of my go-to vegetable, because most people like it in my house. My 19-year-old eats it just plain lettuce, no dressing, nothing. My 8-year-old eats it with just lettuce with a little bit of dressing, and then everybody else can kind of pick off the vegetables they don't want, whatever. So kind of my go-to thing. So that is my recipe that I'm going to share. My germ freak tip that I'm going to share has to do with sickness. Okay, with the school season just starting, that is the thing that I dread the most about the school season: sickness. Okay, people send their kids to school sick, so in turn my kids get sick, which I hate as a germ freak. Okay, any mom, parent hates dealing with sickness, right? A germ freak hates it even more. Seriously bad. Oh dear, here comes my dog. I'm probably gonna have to go inside. So he's gonna bug me. So anyway, and my rule about no shoes in the house. So see, I don't know if you can see them. They have little slippers that I wear outside on my front porch, and then I take them off to go inside. Now I have to get these so the dog won't. I have to pick them up. I'll be back and put them in the closet. Otherwise, she will run off with them, and I won't see them again. She'll destroy them. So there, I just take them off, put them in the closet. All right, so now I'll be inside. She's outside waiting for me. So anyway, yeah, as a germ freak, I hate sickness. You don't even know how bad I hate sickness, okay? Excuse me. So, okay, so here's the rule. Okay, our school send, and I'm sure other schools do too, they send home a note that says your kid must be fever free for 24 hours. Fever free for 24 hours with no medicine. I don't think people understand that. It means if your kid wakes up at 8 in the morning with a fever and you give them medicine, that medicine wears off, maybe like 2 in the afternoon. I'm giving you 6 hours for that to wear off. If he's fever free at 2 and you haven't given him any more medicine, that starts the 24-hour time period of fever free. Okay, so that doesn't count until, say, Monday he wakes up 8 in the morning with fever. 2 o'clock the medicine wears off. From that point on until 2 o'clock Tuesday afternoon, if he makes it that far fever free, he is good to go to school the next day, Wednesday. Not if he wakes up at 8 in the morning with a fever. He can't go to school the next day because he has a fever and then he had medicine. People don't get that. It is literally the most simple rule, and people don't get it. They can't do the math. So you send your kid to school with a fever, which when you have a fever, your body's trying to fight something off. You are contagious. Okay, another thing, I guess I never went to medical school. This is just stuff I know. I've learned from having 4 children, from going to the doctor and being told things, reading up on things. And yes, I'm a germ freak, so I when I hear a medical fact, I pick up on it, and it's one of the things that registers and stays in my brain. I couldn't tell you anything about world history. I really couldn't tell you anything I learned in high school. But you give me like a medical fact that I have heard over the years, and I can guarantee you that I can tell you what that is. Not perform surgery. I just mean I can remember, if it's a medical fact. Okay, so anyway, keep your kids home. Okay, my little guy, he's a fever kid. Okay, he can start with a little cold, end up with a fever of it'll start out at 101, right? I mean, it creeps up to that. It has spiked. He has had a fever of like 105 because he actually had the flu. But at first, you don't know that, okay? He had a little bit of a fever, so I kept him home from school. By the end of the day, his fever, or middle of the day, within a couple hours, the medicine wore off, and it was almost 105. So I treated him with medicine, and then we went to the ER at like 5 in the morning the next day because I couldn't get his fever down, and it was freaking me out because fevers freak me out. So, and he had the flu. So there is, different strands of the flu, so many of them. So you may think, oh, my little kid, he only has a fever of 101. First of all, if it's 100, you're not even supposed to send him to school. So if you think, oh, it's 101, halfway through the day, he spikes this huge fever. First of all, he feels like crap. If you feel like crap, do you feel like going to work? Do you feel like dealing with society, even cleaning your house? No. He doesn't want to go to school and sit around people and have to do work. He wants to be home and comfortable. Keep him home. Don't spread the germs, okay? So halfway through the day, what you thought was just this little fever could end up being the flu. Very contagious. And when I say flu, I don't mean a stomach bug. A lot of people confuse a stomach bug with the flu. No, that's a stomach bug. The flu is the fevers, the chills, the aches, the coughing, the influenza that people die from each year. Okay, it can be really serious. And for someone like my little boy who for some reason is very susceptible to fevers, high fevers, okay, that stuff's not good. I don't want to deal with that crap. So keep your kids home. As a parent, I know a lot of people are going to be probably like, oh, I'm so mean, what a jerk. But here's the thing, your number one job as a parent, okay, is when your kids are sick. Your number one job is to take care of them. You have to have a job. You can't tell me that you can't call off work, okay? They have to let you. If your kid is so sick that they need to stay home, there has to be something you can do to stay home with that kid, okay? They need you. That is your job. Another thing, it drives me insane. Oh my gosh, insane. Okay, my little boy will come home and say, oh yeah, Joey told me he threw up last night and came to school. I literally want to say, you know what? Go get Joey's address. I'm going to drive to his mother's house and punch her in the face. Anybody with an ounce of common sense knows that if your child is throwing up, that is disgusting. No parent in their right mind, germ freak or not, wants to deal with that crap, okay? Seriously, that is horrifying. That is like my biggest enemy, is dealing with a stomach bug, okay? Throwing up. Oh my gosh, it talking about it gives me an anxiety attack because it's that bad. Some moms are like not as bothered by it. Nobody likes it, okay? So if your kid throws up the night before, another thing, the schools send a note home. You're not supposed to send them to school. For some reason, parents, I guess, think that doesn't apply to them. It does apply to you, okay? It does apply to your kid. They get sick, they have to stay home. You got to make sure nothing is coming out of either end for a good 24 hours, that they can eat again and keep it down and feel good. First of all, they don't feel good. They don't want to go to school. Second of all, we don't want the germs. Okay, us other moms, we don't want to deal with our kids being sick because you couldn't keep your kid home or didn't want to keep your kid home because they were sick. They need to be home. Okay, so those simple rules. Next thing, I know you guys are not going to believe me over this, okay? But I quarantine my kids when they are sick. Anything I say on this channel is real. I'm not exaggerating anything I say. I quarantine them. Okay, if someone has a little common cold, okay, they can walk about the house. They can do things. But wherever they sit at the bar, I'm wiping off with wipes. Okay, I'm disinfecting wherever they were. Because guess what? I don't want a cold. I don't want other people to all get colds. If I'm sick, and that hinders me from taking care of everybody else in this house, running this house, doing everything. So I don't want to feel like crap. So yeah, if my kids have strep throat, the flu, influenza flu, or a stomach bug, they are quarantined. And I kid you not, they are not allowed to leave their bedroom. I laugh because my mom laughs at me when I tell her I do this. But hey, guess what? It helps. It keeps the germs contained. They aren't allowed out of the room. I bring them their food that they want, their drinks. And to be honest, I even use paper cups, paper plates, plastic silverware, so I can just throw those dishes away instead of even having to deal with washing them. Okay, so keep them quarantined. Bring them their food. All my kids have TVs in the room, not cable. None of them have cable in their room, but they can put a DVD in the TV or play video games on the screen. Or they have handheld video games, which almost every child in America has nowadays, handheld games of some type, okay? Books, board games, whatever. Give them something to do to keep them contained in their bedroom. They can handle it. Otherwise, you know what they're going to do? They're going to lay on your couch and watch TV because they feel like crap. So they're not going to be out and about. They're going to be on your couch, spreading germs through your house, on your couch, right? Where everyone else sits, where everyone else walks. Now everyone's going to get sick, okay? So just quarantine them. Don't let when they're in there, I don't let my other siblings go in and visit with them and talk to them because they're going to get the germs. When everybody is home, when my oldest son is home working, they're home from work, not out of town, his girlfriend is here like all the time. Okay, my son and his fiance. When my husband's home from out of town working, I have 8 people here. I don't need 8 sick people. I don't need to take care of 8 sick people. I can't take care of people if I am sick. So if I can keep the germs contained, so they're in their bedroom for a couple days. Okay, they're not being beat. They're not being starved. They have food, they have water, they have entertainment. They're fine. And guess what? The rest of my house is not getting the germs spread all about. There's enough germs in society that we have to deal with. Why not, when the germs actually get in your house, try to do something about it and try and contain them. Try and not let them spread all over the house, okay? I know, I probably ticked some of you off. You're probably like, I do that stuff. She's such a bitch. Sorry if I ticked you off, but this is just me. And this is what this channel is about, trying to help you to stay cleaner, less germs, think about things. I know, I see moms, okay, a lot of people probably do this that are watching this. Their kid will be laying on their couch right there, see? On the couch, with a bucket next to them. And they post a picture, which first of all, I hate to see pictures of kids that are sick because as a germ freak, hypochondriac, all of a sudden I think, oh my gosh, what school do they go to? Like, is there germs at my kid's school? Like, that's how my mind works, like right away. Then I start panicking that my kid's gonna come home and throw up. It's my mind, I can't control it, okay? It's just how it works. So I see pictures on Facebook. Their kids are laying on their couch, on the decorative pillows, right? With a bucket next to them. And oh, Joey's homesick today. What the hell? Are you kidding me? Get him in his bedroom so if he throws up, he's in his already dirty bed that he slept in, so there's already germs there. Why put him on the couch that everyone else uses? And then if he throws up, he's going to get it on the couch, get it on your carpet, get it on your floor. The germs are never ending. You seriously got to think about this stuff. Come on, people. It's a little bit of common sense. Okay, a little bit of common sense goes a long way. Okay, I know I probably ticked a lot of people off. So have a good day. Be kind and be clean. Take care. Bye-bye.